Good evening, everyone. Our beloved Hoffman family, Harry and Sylvia, Sue and Josh, and David, Hebrew University Rector, Professor Asher Cohen, my colleague and co-director, Professor Roy Ber, dear family and of the graduating fellows, special friends of the Hoffman family, some Hebrew University administration and Hoffman fellows, good evening everyone, and welcome to the graduation event of our 5th cohort. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Amalia Oliver, a professor of organizational sociology, and I feel grateful, honored, and most fortunate to be involved with this most exciting and special program of incredible leaders and scholars from its inception at the Hebrew University 8 years ago. Today we're celebrating the graduation of the 5th cohort of the Hoffman Fellows. How exciting and how sad. Exciting to see how much each one has progressed in those 3 years, and sad to know that soon they will be moving on to a new phase in life where they will be very successful in many different ways, but we will miss them. So we have today 12 outstanding and special fellows that are graduating, and in addition we have 24 continuing fellows that are now in the program and are waiting for the incoming cohort of additional 12 new promising fellows who will be selected very soon. Altogether, we are pleased to say that there are 84 highly regarded fellows who are fortunate to have an honorary affiliation to the Hoffman family and are acting in the spirit of excellence, leadership, and responsibility. Thank you all for being here.
The Hoffman family, the 3 generations, the special friends of the Hoffman family, Amalia, Roy, Lital, dear guests and students. I'm being asked often to come and speak in ceremonies. Sometimes I enjoy it less, sometimes I enjoy it more, but I think that this particular event is really a special occasion. The university, as you know, it was founded way back in 1925, some 23 years even before the establishment of Israel. And it always had 2 goals in mind. First, the excellence in research, which is very important for us. The university is one of the world leaders as a research university, and it's highly important for us, and we cherish it. But at the same time, the university has always valued community. We are part of the community. We live within a community. And we believe that we need, as part of this community, to contribute to the community. That's a second very important goal. In some ways, the founders of the university symbolize that. You probably heard many times that Albert Einstein was one of the founders of the university, basic scientist, but also Chaim Weizmann was a founder of the university, and he was an applied chemist who cared about society. And the Hoffman program, in some ways, is a beautiful combination of both of those things. We are talking here and we are seeing excellent graduate students. Past graduate students, I guess, present graduate students, all of them excel in what they do. Many of them do basic research and do it extremely well, and we are proud of them. At the same time, though, they are all involved in society. They are all doing valuable things for society. And when we succeed to build a program such as this, we are simply proud.
As I've mentioned, we have already 7 full cohorts of Hoffman Fellows. So the number 7 is a very special number. There are 7 continents, In math, it is considered a magical number. They say that the average that a human being can remember is up to 7 items in the short run. There are 7 oceans and seas, and there are 7 wonders of the world. Obviously, there are 7 days a week, and the 7 notes in music. In Judaism, the world was established in 7 days. The 7th day is a resting day. Every 7 years, we have a Shnat Shmita, and the menorah has 7 candles. A slave can become free after 7 years. There are 7 minim. Shavuot is 7 weeks after Passover. There are 7 blessings at the wedding, and Sukkot and Passover are 7 days. There are at least another 30 special features of the number 7, but I will save you from the rest now. But here today, we're concluding 7 years of the Hoffman Leadership and Responsibility Program at the Hebrew University. And this means that there are 84 very special people that can be counted as proud ambassadors to this special program. On behalf of the Hoffman family, and we are so happy that we're having them with us every year in growing numbers, Sue Hoffman is going to speak to us soon.
Professor Asher Cohen, Professor Amalia Olivia Lumerman, Professor Roe Bayer and Lital Meyer, my parents, Sylvia and Dr. Harry Hoffman OAM, my son Joshua Sadik, David Lansky, General Manager of the Ardros Group of Companies, the VIPs of this occasion, the graduating fellows of the 5th cohort of the Harry and Sylvia Hoffman Leadership and Responsibility Program, Hoffman Fellows, ladies and gentlemen, Shalom. Good evening. It is my great pleasure to greet you tonight on behalf of my parents and my son Joshua. It is so wonderful to be back here again in Eretz Israel with our extended family at the Hebrew University. It really is a long way here, but the homecoming is so well worth it, and we so enjoyed meeting the fellows of the 7th cohort yesterday. This is now the 3rd graduation which I've had the pleasure of attending. It seems like just yesterday we were celebrating the graduation of the 4th cohort of the program in 2013. Time certainly passes far too quickly. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sue Hoffman, the very proud daughter of Sylvia and Harry Hoffman and mother of Joshua Sadik, who spoke on behalf of the family at the 2013 graduation. I live in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, on the east coast, a 3.5-hour plane ride from Perth, Western Australia, which is situated on the west coast, where my parents reside. Melbourne is both the 2nd largest and fastest growing city in Australia, with a current population of about 4.25 million people. Western Australia, however, Dad's favourite place, is the fastest growing state. As I'm sure Amalia will agree, Melbourne is a vibrant, sophisticated and multicultural city, world-renowned as a cultural centre, a foodie's delight with a sophisticated cafe and restaurant scene. It is also a sporting hub which hosts seemingly unlimited sporting events of all genres. Melbourne has again this year been voted the world's most livable city. I believe that last year Tel Aviv was given the same honour. Melbourne has the largest Jewish population of all the Australian cities. Lost my place. And has a very strong Rikudei which is Israeli dancing, following, of which I'm an extremely active participant. We regularly have visiting Israeli choreographers and are kept well apprised of all the latest dances constantly being created in Israel and internationally. Oh, and for those of you who may wonder, in Australia we do not have kangaroos hopping down the streets of our cities. In spite of the wonderful picture that conjures in one's mind, one must search a little further afield to actually find them. In 2011, I participated in a Yom Ha'atzmaut Keren HaYesod mission to Israel. Prior to this, I had not visited Israel since 1993. I had been feeling a very strong desire to reconnect with Israel. That experience was quite life-changing for me, and as a result, I have now visited at least annually since then, and now feel very at home here in Israel. It was on that trip that I finally got it. I finally understood my parents' love for and relationship with Israel. As a result of this trip, I expressed my interest in attending the graduations to further cement and grow my relationship with Israel and to see, experience and understand and appreciate the wonderful contributions that my parents have made to education at the Hebrew University and to the State of Israel as a whole. You may not be aware of it, but 2014 is an extremely auspicious year. Firstly, for my parents, they are each attaining significant milestones this year. My mother, Sylvia, has recently reached the age of 80 years, and my father, Harry, will turn 85 later in the year, Kanai Nahora. They certainly look wonderful and don't look their ages, do they? Please God, we will enjoy many more graduations and simchas together. There is also a further important reason for celebration. David Lansky has recently completed the incredible milestone of working for 25 years within the Ardros group of companies. What an amazing achievement, David. You are truly one of the family. Congratulations. Most of you will be aware that Josh is now officially an Israeli. He made Aliyah in December, and we are all very proud of him and his decision. Whilst, of course, we miss him as he is situated geographically such a great distance from Australia, we nevertheless did very much encourage and support him in his decision to make the move. And with today's technological advancements, including Skype, WhatsApp, Facebook, and the like, virtuality sometimes seems like reality, and the distance appears to fade away. I must say the telephone lines do get a good workout between Israel and Australia. Josh has been doing ulpan. In Australia, we say he is learning the lingo, and he will soon commence his stint in the army before pursuing his career aspirations. He will also be coming back to Australia briefly to attend his Nana's and Zayda's combined birthday celebrations in a couple of months' time. Josh recently joined a European tour which took him to, amongst other destinations, Dachau in Germany, from where he telephoned me, but more importantly, he called his Zayda, who was a survivor of that concentration camp. The enormity of this interaction did not hit me immediately, but when it did, it was like a lightning bolt, for I realised that had Dad not survived the atrocities of that camp, none of us, the family, would be here today to celebrate such wonderful achievements of life. But instead, here we are together, 3 generations of the one family. What a triumph and a cause to be grateful and to celebrate. Now to the special guests, the 5th cohort of the Hoffman Leadership and Responsibility Program. What a wonderful and impressive group of young people you are. Not only have you shown your outstanding academic and leadership abilities, but also your overriding commitment to the society at large through your voluntary social initiatives which you have undertaken and created as an integral part of the program. We are so proud of you, of all of your achievements, and are always so happy and excited to hear of all your successes, achievements, and milestones. Your cohort is especially significant to me as you were the first that I had the pleasure of meeting in 2012, when you were just at the beginning of your program. And it was the first time that I had experienced the Hoffman vision. I have made some very special friendships amongst you, and it seems quite perfect that my friend Moran, whom I met on that Sunday 2 years ago, will very shortly be speaking on behalf of the Hoffman Fellows, together with Avishai, both of whom I had the pleasure of lunching with yesterday. Peter F. Drucker was a well-known management expert whose philosophies encompassed clear respect for the values of education, personal responsibility, and business's accountability to society. This is a famous leadership quote of his, which I found inspiring and pertinent. Leadership is not magnetic personality. That can just as well be a glib tongue. It is not making friends and influencing people. That is flattery. Leadership is lifting a person's vision to higher heights, the raising of a person's performance to a higher standard, the building of a personality beyond its normal limitations. To each of you of the 5th cohort, we hope that you all feel that your time spent in the Harry and Sylvia Hoffman Leadership and Responsibility Program has enhanced your lives and personalities and raised your vision similarly to that espoused by Peter Drucker. We admire each of you for your ambition, diligence, passion and commitment, and we appreciate that you also have families and in many cases young children, also known as Hoffman babies, to raise and consider in addition to your academic pursuits. We are amazed at how you manage to balance it all. On behalf of my parents, Josh, and myself, I would like to wish each of you every continued success in your chosen fields and lives' paths to be enjoyed in the very best of health, happiness, and peace. Of course, none of this would be possible without the superb and inspirational staff of the Harry and Sylvia Hoffman Leadership and Responsibility Program. Unfortunately, Professor Hanoch Gutfreund, who was so instrumental in the formation of this program, is not able to be with us today. He, together with my parents and with David's assistance, crystallised the vision by developing this unique and groundbreaking program which attracts students of the very highest calibre, true creme de la creme, and which is a source of such great pride. There are now approximately 100 Hoffman Fellows. I may have got this wrong. 100 Hoffman Fellows, 25 of whom are yet to graduate. Interviews for the 8th cohort will soon be commencing, and the program is in very high demand, with only a small percentage of applicants being successful in their applications for acceptance into the program. I know this evening is being recorded, so Hanoch, thank you for all that you have done and that you continue to do for the benefit of the program, for which we know you have great devotion. To the inimitable Amalia, Roy, and Lital, I'm not sure where Lital is. Thank you all for your wonderful work and organisation that you do for the program. And thank you for the kindness, friendship and hospitality that you have shown my family and me. We feel a very strong sense of belonging each time we return. Please accept our heartfelt gratitude. Thank you also for organising such a lovely graduation function and party, Lital. You truly are an organiser extraordinaire. We look forward to joining everyone on the dance floor later on in the evening. And now to my parents. Words are inadequate to describe the pride that I have for both of you, for all your achievements and your good works. Your contribution to this program, which is a groundbreaking masterpiece of inspiration, is one of your many acts of philanthropy and generosity that you have shown both here in Israel and in Australia. Your love and respect for education as a vehicle for personal advancement and excellence, together with your deep love for the State of Israel, was the impetus, and this program is your continuing legacy, which will carry forward into the future years. It is so wonderful to be here together as a family, to enjoy the fruits of your labour created by your vision and foresight. Your ties with Israel have always been strong, and I now feel and share those strong feelings, born out of an upbringing of Yiddishkeit, respect, education, and love. Josh and I, together with David, look forward to continuing your goals and dreams for the Harry and Sylvia Hoffman Responsibility Program into the future years. Mazel tov, Mum and Dad. Bis 120, in the very best of health. We love you. Thank you.